Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome one and all. It's Tuesday night, it's Twitch. Can you tell from the excitement? It's the final! That's right, it's ACC Season 2, brought to you by One Hub Racing, and it is the finale. We've been through the mid-season split. We've got Group X, we've got Group Z, and I tell you, like I promised you all at the start of this season, it's going to go right down to the wire. We'll get into the meat of it in a moment or two, but there are 6 drivers still in contention to win the top split. The bottom split, looks like we've got someone potentially running away with that one. We'll get into that more often and a bit later on. Sorry, the excitement is just too much. What we have for you tonight, though, is a 75-minute from Imola, and it is practically the home track. He did promise us photos. He'll be joining me again in the commentary box. He will be excitement up to 300% this week. It is once again Christian Romano.
Hi everyone, good evening, and well...
Is Christian there?
Yeah? Can you hear me?
Christian is speaking, but I can't hear him.
No? Test? No?
Oh yeah, no, okay. So they can hear you on stream. Why can't I hear you? Okay, sorry, are you there, Codemasters?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's going on?
Okay, so you can't hear me. So now I will be the commentator. I will do a Competizione. It will be fun. Anyway, yeah, this is the finale, and we are at Imola, the Italian racetrack, one of my favorites also. And actually we are in the finale, so apparently, consider the amount of rounds we had, like 8 rounds, everyone is still in contention for a spot in the win. I think like 6 drivers, yeah, 6 drivers are still in the challenge for getting the win in Group X. And in Group G, I think it's just 3 of them, but nevertheless, it will be a good battle.
Indeed. Sorry, I've had to use... I'm going to have to listen to myself now. This is really not... Okay, I'm having a slight audio issue. For some reason, I can only hear Chromatics through the stream, which means I'm going to have to listen to myself as well. I will do my best to crack on, though, and try and fix it later on. As we were talking about, sorry, let me bring up the results. I'm slightly having a part. Audio. Who needs it? Here are the results from last week, just giving us a confirmation of how close it's going to be at the top. My voice is really annoying. It was Carmelis that won the top split, and the mighty Eggy, or I'm just going to call him Eggy from now on. He seems to like getting called Eggy, so we'll call him Eggy. Leon Seeley made it in a second place, with Eddie finishing in third. The top group, it was Yuri B and SOP Cool that found themselves on to the podium. Driver of the day, obviously it was Eggy. After that display, after that pit strategy, phenomenal stuff. Pole position, Carmelis, and the comeback points, go on ERT Milden. He got himself one, and so did Jason. So congratulations to both of them. And this, yeah, this is what it's done at the standing. We've got, now I'm getting echo as well. This, honestly, audio is so much fun. And Dex has messaged me, please tell me you can hear me on Stream Dex. Can't you comment? I can hear one too. Okay. Yeah, we'll find out. I'll just have to listen to myself, which is quite off-putting, I'm not going to lie. As you can see, in the standing, there are 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all. 7 races in, separated by 4 points. It's Yuri B, it's Mix, it's Milden, and it's returning champion Carmentalist, of course. 1 trip off the podium. Cheeky win last week sees him back atop the table with mixed results throughout the field. So as I say, 4 drivers within 4 points. And Cool and Bruno are definitely still in with a chance as well. Given the way the results went last week for those particular drivers, it's safe to say anything can happen. In Group Z, the mighty Iggy, well, he has a job on his hands. Finish 5th. Simple as that. He finishes 5th or above, It's in the bag. Such is the lead that he has got. It's 10 points. It's over Eddie, who's second overall, and Leon Seeley sits in third, 54 points. And just to show you, he's sitting in third in Group Z. He's on the same amount of points as Carmentalist, who is at the top of Group X. So it just goes to show you how tight it's been in Group X. And the mighty Iggy, strategy. He's brought home the race results, and he finds himself atop of the table. And like I say, only needs fifth, and he can grab himself a Drivers' Championship prize, which is, of course, a choice of a £25 PlayStation or Amazon voucher. Apologies again if I sound really slow at the moment. I'm listening to myself while I try and fix the audio. We've got another prize as well, which is the Going Gets Tough Award. That is from one of our sponsors, the man himself, Mr. Dexter. Speaking of the sponsors and partners, massive shout outs once again for putting on the second season of ACC and getting me on board. Chromedix as well. He is awesome. We can all agree. The Mental Health Foundation, it is good to talk. Get yourself any help if you do so need it. The first step can always seem the scariest, but it's definitely the most rewarding. Also sponsoring the league, it is Next Level Racing, who sponsor the Formula 1 League with a direct drive wheel stand. We've got ERT, Dexter in the gang. I've got the chat open. Hopefully that's working from Twitch. They sponsor with the Go and Get Stuff Award. If a driver finishes outside the top three, takes part in all of their media day duties, they'll get themselves popped on a wheel. Oh, tonight. It's the last round. That's just dawned on me. We'll be picking that tonight. They'll win the £25 award. But just still on the screen. Also, Vespertine sponsor with the championship prizes, and we've got 3M Sim Racing, who provide a pair of their sim racing gloves. We've got 2 minutes left to practice. We will get Chromedix on board to go over all his thoughts on the championship. We're having a look at the team championship. Still two well and truly in the hunt is Buzzing Hornets and Purple Sector, certainly living up to their name, with several of them from Mr. Carmentalist. So those two teams seem to be duking out, but you've got 2 drivers per team. It is Imola at 75 minutes. All things are possible. We've had a quick run through their Chromedix. We've done the sponsors. We've had a quick look at the standings, the team standings. A lot to digest. We did say 8 weeks ago it was going to go right down to the wire, and it certainly proved so. What are your thoughts ahead of tonight and potential champions in the making? What's on Chromedix's mind? We're at his home Grand Prix.
Well, first of all, I think the major expectation I have now, I think it's Uribe redemption, mostly because he had a lot of poles, a lot of fast times, a lot of also in Monza where he was second, Suzuka where he was first, and I think he's the one that also in the pre-championship, so the first 3 rounds, he was the one that had the best pace, and I think this one right tonight is going to be the redemption arc for him, because what he did in the complex, so altogether considering both the pre-championship and the championship itself, doesn't really match where he is, because actually he's in, I think it's 4th position, yes, 4th position at 50 points, while Carmentalist is first at 54. So just to tell the gap between the first 4, it's literally 4 points. It's nothing more. Also, I think one of the surprises that we got last round is Bruno, mostly not because he crashed or anything, but because he has disconnected in the middle of the race, and he lost all the points he had because he was in 2nd place, I think. No, it was 3rd, sorry. He was in 3rd place. I had Uribe, and just behind Carmentalist, and Yoshili. And I really think that event really hit the complexity of the championship a lot. He needs to gain 13 points over car mentalist, which is a very hard task to achieve. We saw multiple times that it's not over until it's over. But here, he really needs a miracle. Also, I think the car choice is going to be relevant here because the Ferrari, Imola is one of the tracks where it's one of the few tracks where the Ferrari is not the fastest race car all around. And in fact, I think the fastest one is, the Mercedes. Because the Mercedes has a great speed, can go over the bumps without any problem, and in this track there are 3 chicanes, all free. The more you cut, the better. So actually, it helps a lot, and the Ferrari can't really go over the bumps as smoothly as possible as in the Mercedes or in the Bentley. And talking about Group X is enough. I think Group Z is also a bit of a surprise how everything is going, because Leon Chili had an exponential growth during the rounds. Iggy just put a miracle after another with a Honda, and Eddie, he has just been constantly in the middle enough to get into the podium position. In fact, he is now second, 10 points away from Iggy, but 9 points away from from Leon City. And so actually Eddie could still achieve the best possible result, even considering that he is not an average driver. He did a win, he went into 4 podiums, but it's like he was always there, but like not the best one. It's a bit difficult to say, but he was there, but not the best. Maybe this one is going to be the best, and so it can really boost his position in the championship. Also, the team championship is very important because we also have a battle here, because the Buzzing Hornets are in front of the purple sector team by just 9 points, and Cole and Iggy are in the first one. Yuri and Leonshiri are in the second team, and we know that all 4 drivers are very good. I wonder if they are going to play team wisely, so trying to win the championship by doing the dirty work, the second teammate, or the ones that can't really fight. Although each one of them can really fight for the win, so maybe not completely doing the work of a shoulder, but they can help the other teammate to get a major result, and also getting a team result, which would be the win of the team standing championship. So actually, it's all considered, it's going to be not certainly an average race. Everyone's still challenging to get a win. Everyone's still challenging to get the team win. Everyone's still challenging to get the group win. So yeah, it's also Imola, so if you do a mistake in the wrong place of the track, it's over. Although there are some spots that you can survive too. You can overtake pretty much everywhere, except
yep, we'll love it.
Probably just before the Acqua Minerali, where there is the uphill section in the left-hander of the Piratella. But altogether, Imola is a very good track, and I really like to race in it. And yeah, it's going to be boiling water in terms of temperature of the fights. So I wouldn't expect even going to a fight side by side with contacts and such, because honestly they're really fighting like it is the last round, and it remembers me about something else going to happening this weekend, but different championships.
I like that. I know where you're going with that. Right, fingers crossed, touch wood. I've got the audio fixed. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know at home.
By the way,
Hey,
the
doctor
Audi
in the house. How we doing?
okay, the Audi is okay. Yeah, the Mercedes is first.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Sorry, Cromathus, you couldn't hear me there. I was reveling on the stream that I'd fixed the audio and at the same time I muted you because I didn't want you to hear me furiously typing in the background to fix things. I think I fixed the audio, so I don't have to listen to myself anymore. Good evening, Mix64. Hey, guys, let's race of the season. Dr. Nailbender with the Ravenhead emotes, of course. And Dex Dexter, hello in the chat. It's championship night. Dex, you must be excited. It's a very excited person on a very excited day because it's exciting. That seems to be pinging around. Let me know how the volumes are. Now we've got to do one. We are in the right bang in the middle of qualifying at the moment. We're on board with a returning championship. And top split group leader at the moment is member of the Purple Sector team, also fighting for the championship. Mentalist, quite the driver once again, finds himself a very polite jag. Oh, no, that's an Aston Martin. That's you having a giggle, mate. Gets himself out of the way. That might be his teammate. Ooh, bit of slipstream. Yeah, because there's something actually that you touched on, Chromedix, which is something that I hadn't. So well done you. Do you think there's a couple tiny bit down for the game sound? Just Let's
what?
do that. Oh no, sorry. Yep, I was just turning the game sound a bit. There we go. Yeah, do you think we'll see drivers potentially giving up points in the solo stand-ins to get themselves a team win? Because if you look at it, it is a big ask, say, for Yuri B to win the whole champion. Well, I mean, he's 4 points behind Car Mentalist. If we get into the race and he finds himself a few places down, do you think he would give up his hopes of the championship solo to get himself a team win with his partner Leon Seeley?
Certain people can sacrifice themselves, like Leon Seeley can, because he's nearly 20 points behind Iggy, so he can sacrifice himself for the cause of the team, and it can't be the other way around because Yuri B has just 4 points from Car Mentalist. It's also the same in the other way around because Eddie is actually fighting for the championship. He is 10 points behind, and Cole is a bit far. He's 14 points behind Car Mentalist. So the two teams can use one of the team members as a sacrifice to the cause of the team, that's for sure. But surely not Yuri B and Eddie. They will fight as nothing can stop them. But the other two teammates, if too far or if the possibilities are none, they could try to put the team's positioning over the individual positioning if needed.
Yeah, they certainly could. They certainly could. Yeah, there is a couple of interesting connotations. Like you say, will we see certain drivers throw themselves on the sword to help their teammate? Yeah, because Yuri B could end up getting a team and a solo championship here, depending on how this one goes. 6 minutes left of qualifying, so the drivers have had plenty of time to get themselves some laps set. So let's make that a bit prettier. Why is that covering the map? Let's put the guys and gals team liveries down here under the scoreboard. Yeah, they're stinking. Okay. So you can see them up. But let's have a look at Yuri B, 141.967. I think my quickest lap round here is a 145. Any laughing in the chat, you're banned. Car Mentalist, second, half a second behind. That's some lead by Yuri B at the moment. Of course, we've still got plenty of time left to be setting some laps. There's Cool up into third. He's doing everything he can to keep his championship hopes well and truly alive. There's Rogue in fourth, Connor in fifth, Mix is in sixth. He was in the chat as well. Good evening. We've got Tropic in seventh, Eddie's eighth, Leon Seeley in 9th. Blue Mosquito 10th. Corrado 11th. Flying Throne is 12th. Milden's 13th. Cablo 14th. The Mighty Iggy 15th. Jason 16th.
Carmente is just 2 pole.
Oh, is there nothing this man cannot do? Yeah, 141.826. 10th and a half ahead of Yuri. 7 clear of Cool, who's just leaving the pits. Rogue! Boof! That's Rogue, sorry. 7.5 tenths there. That is quite the drive by Rogue. Popping his nose up. And yeah, for a driver in Group Z to find himself third at the moment, that is phenomenal stuff. Definitely is going to put the wind up Iggy a bit. He needs to finish ahead. Well, he needs to finish 5th. So he definitely needs Eddie, Leon, Rogue and Cablo behind him. And at the moment they're all ahead of him. So it's really not going how he did say all he needed to do was, he did say last week all he needs to do, yep, get to the end, get 5th position. It's going to be a long race, but I'm sure he will want a better qualifying than this. As we see Rogue, the excitement has rushed to his head there. The Audi taking a stage exit. But I will tell you what, that is some going. That is some going by Rogue. What a position for him to be in. Blue Mosquitoes in 10th. Leon's back in the pits. In the Porsche, or no, he's on his way back out. Oh, I tell you what, it's getting close. ERT Milden's down in 13th as well. A couple of surprises in qualifying so far, Chromedix.
Actually, yeah, because Milden is way more behind than expected. He's 14th, 1.6 seconds behind Carmenteris. Flying From is basically there. Leon Shield is very far compared to last week. Ed is in 10th, and remember Ed is actually fighting for his championship. Okay, Milden has improved himself, but still in 9th position. The only championship fighter right now in a challenging position are Carmenteris UDB and Mix, also is 6th. And Cole, sorry, who's 4th and Mix is 6th. But quite unexpected that Rogue is so far high, because also in the driver interviews he said that he didn't really expect even to be in top 3 of his championship rivals, and he is actually in 3rd. So he actually in top 3 overall, which is even better. So this just proves that the Audi is a good car around here. And that apparently some of the drivers can't really figure out how to get the best out of the car, because the Mercedes is, as I know, is the best car around here. So I'm quite surprised that they are on the 42.5, because usually 42.5 is race pace, even something better, because the race pace is around 42.0. So yeah, I'm actually quite surprised that by the times.
Yeah, I'm just having a look through. It's a mixed bag this evening from the drivers as far as the question goes. A lot of them definitely curbs and chicanes. It is the group consensus with Milden out and out stating the chicanes are hard work. You have to judge hitting the curbs correctly. And with the temperatures, I've seen tyres suffer. So he's expecting that. Iggy does really like the track. It's just your experience, which really depends on the car that you drive. And unfortunately, the Honda isn't the best car around here, as it's showing at the moment in qualifying. He's in 10th position, so he has sneaked up a few. But he will do it. And unfortunately, the Honda is the best. But it's still a great track. Might be a little tough on overtaking, but everything is possible in GT racing if you are brave enough. And he definitely needs to be brave. He needs 5th to take himself the championship. A lot of drivers are very happy with the length of the season as well. A couple of them thought it might have come a bit too soon. but they did like the 3 and 5 format. Let us know anybody in the chat what you guys thought as well. Splitting it into 2 groups of 10, I think is quite a good idea. The rivalries, with a lot more anticipation, the focus on rivalries switches to Group X, and any one of 4 drivers can win this week, with Bruno and Kuhl need a lot to get their way mathematically. They're still not eliminated. Yuri B, you're 2 points behind Milden. Which one of you has more chance of outlasting the other 3 in the fight to become Season 2 championship? Yuri said, if it wasn't for the mysterious bump at Monza, I would be leading the championship quite comfortably. Or by quite a bit, sorry. The cars feel great, but anything can still happen. I'm just going to focus on my own race, and we will see what happens. A 10th and a half off the pole position at the moment. Milden does going in with more to lose create more pressure, and can you take it? And he said, honestly, I've got nothing to lose. I feel like I'm one good performance away from stealing a championship. I feel I don't deserve to be in the fight for, but I guess if you have a chance, you have to try and take it. Good luck to all involved, and thank you for another great season. And it has been another great season. I did say it was going to go down to the last race, and look what. There's 6 drivers in the hunt, and 4 of them are within 4 points of one another. Is Carmentalist going to rub salt in the wound? Wow, he's just gone even quicker. Yuri B coming around the last bend. Tonight I will not be using any of the corner names. I have an actual Italian in the commentary box, so there is no way I'm doing them that injustice. Let's do some justice to Carmentalist, though. Can we get a round of applause? 4/10 ahead of Yuri B. 141.5. Ain't too shabby. Why is that broken? Boom, boom, boom. Let us make sure we don't get this wrong. So we'll jump on board with... There we go. There we go. So it is... Sorry, on you go, Chronodex.
No, I was just wondering that Mix took third position, and he's on the inside. We've seen multiple free whites during the championship, and also free whites here at Imola are quite possible, considering the track is enough for time to send it. I wonder if Mix could do all or nothing move, because he is in the range for doing it, because he has nothing to lose, just to win. So I wonder if he makes a good start, maybe he can actually get a first position by sending the car on the inside and trying to stick it on the outside, because the Lexus has a great pace. Is one of the best car lap 1. The Audi not so much. The Ferrari it's already good, but I think the Lexus is the best one. So if you can have the starting and can stick on the outside, because the inside is going to be outside and then inside again, maybe he can get the first position without too many problems, because he really needs to be very precise to avoid the absolute kill of the entire grid. So yeah, I'm quite curious to see the start.
Curious, that is certainly one word. Unbelievably excited. That is definitely one. Another one, I did kind of miss a qualifying at the start. Console really need to sort out their spectating mode. But we can see that Carmentalist did take pole position. Mix is not hit drive.
Okay, sorry.
Wow, curse to the commentator early doors there from Crotex. That's Mix starting from the pits. Oof, that's not good. He did qualify in third on the second row along with APX Rogue, only just Pippin Rogue to third overall. Kuhl got fifth, Connor in sixth, Tropic seventh, and Eddie in eighth. Can't see the rest of the qualifying at the moment because we can't return to garage. So we will watch.
Also, Blue Mosquito is in the pit. So
Oh, Blue Mosquito as well. What's going on? Come on. What are you doing? It's the final week. It's a final week. And you've just totally thrown Menno as well. What's going on, guys? Let's hope to get back out on track. It is Imola, the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo Edino Ferrari. Chromadex is just fainted. It is universally recognised as an extremely technical track. Very difficult to read. It's got really complex curves and off-cuts. Travelling at a high pace, it really does require some professional levels of skill. That's why I don't race here. The circuit and the annex structures have been part of a redevelopment and modernisation plan that began in 2006 that ended in 2007. It was curated by the renowned German architect Hermann Tieck, who specialised in construction of motor racing circuits. Bonus points in the chat for anybody who can tell me these other two famous ones. In the summer of 2009, the Nuevo Variante Bassa was created. Sorry, I'm so sorry. In order to meet homologation requirements set by the International Motor Cycling Federation. This edition, designed to neutralise the slight right-hand bend characteristic of the track for cars, is located in front of the pit lane. In August 2011, the track itself was the subject of a lot of resurfacing work. 70% was resurfaced, and considering how long ago this little beauty was put together, it's not too much of a surprise. It is all on the line here, Chromadix. Could this potentially be the hottest lap one you and I have ever had the privilege to commentate on?
Yes.
There we go. There is no doubt at all. Who is going to win the championship? Who is going to win the battle? Who's going to win the first three wide? That's the question I'm really interested in.
Well, I did some races here, and I do remember that the first lap is usually there are some casualties, because you see a chicane, you try to launch the car, you know that you can't, you try anyway, and
Shadow Rail. Yep. Well, here we go. We've got a couple of drivers starting from the pit out of the 17, so 15 are going to see the green lights any second now. We are stalling. Let's get this one going. Oh, there's the finish line. Green light. Oh, yeah, around the right-hand kink first. I wonder if anyone's going to get out of position. Nope, green. Go. Along the start straight we go, and it's a nice, easy run for APX Road. No one on the inside. SOP Cool's got a battle on his hand. The Simon corner in the Mercedes goes side by side. Here comes Tropic in the Ferrari to spoil that party, though. Round the outside is the Bentley of Eddie's up the inside. Eddie's got himself a move done. Nice. That's APX Road, though, still sitting in third place. Oh, they're just sinking into the ground a bit. Yuri B holding on to second. And there is the Mercedes of Eddie. Or is that... no, it's cool.
Oh, there's a car outside. It's Tropic Road.
Oh, is that Tropic? No way. Let's have a look down the order. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, Tropic's tumbling down the order. Let us reposition the screen so it looks all nice and neat. Tropic, well down the order then. The Mighty Iggy finds himself in 7th. So he has made moves at the start. And it's exactly the moves he needed to make, because that is Leon Seeley down in 10th place in the Porsche Flying Foam in a... Wow. Flying Frome. It's a good thing he's not in a Ferrari. He's in 11th. Cablo's in 12th. Corrado's in 13th. There we can see Tropic got tumbling down the order so fast I can't even catch him. Down into 15th with Blue Mosquito and Mix 64 starting out the pitch. You have a giggle, mate. He's in 14th under all kinds of pressure from Tropic. That'll be a move made soon. There's Jason. Comeback points last week. Is he going to get some more this week? Corrado in 12th. Oh, and we've got a side-by-side. It had to be Flying Frome and Leon Seeley. You guys couldn't take it easy on me linguistically tonight, could you? No. You've got to go side by side in Porsches. This is a battle for position within their class, coming into the last double left-hander, and it's up the inside for Flying Frome. Leon Seeley holds his ground between the mayo and the mustard. Both drivers, absolute precision stuff, and it's Flying Frome who pops out the other side in the lead. Cablo pops under the rear spoiler of Leon Seeley to get himself some slipstream along the start-finish straight. It is a three-way battle there, and it's a four-way battle up at the lead with Carmental is coming into the first chicane on lap 2 with Yuri B close in attendance. Rogue hanging on to that podium position with Cool still on a charge. These four find themselves a second and a half ahead of Art Corner, who's defending willfully against Eddie. The mighty Eggy needs fifth or better in class to win it, and he's definitely there or thereabouts. Milden making a charge through the field. He is in 8th. Doesn't feel like he deserves to be in the championship hunt, but he certainly is. Flying Foam 3 seconds down the road. He's the cork in the bottle with Leon Seeley, Cablo and Corrado all tucked in there, and that is Jason just being overtaken there by Tropic Rot, who is making his way through the field after that early spin. Mix 64 dropping off the back of Blue Mosquito, who's doing some great pace since starting from the pits. Let's watch this battle up at the front, though. I think we can all agree this is where the action is at. APX Rogue absolutely punching in this one, it has to be said. Given his qualifying position and pace against the split above, he's having an absolute cracker at the moment. He finds himself surrounded by the top split championship contenders. And given that he and Car Mentalist are in a team together, oh no, is he not Hubba Racing? I've misread that completely. My apologies.
There is a yellow flag behind. I think Cablo spun around. Maybe.
Oh, that's a Porsche. That's Flying Frome. Flying Frome's dropped down positions. ERT Milden has overtaken the mighty Eggy.
Oof! That was close.
Oh, yes, it was. That was very close there. That was Corrado in the Ferrari. Tropics in the Ferrari there. So Flying Frome has dropped down a couple of positions. And
no! I think it's a disconnection because...
Yeah, he's got a problem. He's got an equipment problem. What's happened there? Yeah, Flying Frome must be having some kind of issues there, because he just drove straight off track there. So yeah, hope everything's going okay for him there. He's let's see, is he still running?
Yeah, he's running, but
he's
it was so odd. I've never seen something like this happening.
Yeah, it was almost like his pedal. I mean, I was racing with Jixer the other day, Chris Williams, and his pedals temporarily disconnected. You had to unplug and quickly plug them back in, so I don't know if there's some kind of malfunction there. Certainly not what we've come to expect, but still racing up at the front. The confusion in the commentary box is real, people. Heart on sleeves. Oh, and Eddie! Oh, sorry, that's not Eddie, that's
no, he's spinning the track.
Wow. Woof. That was a Mercedes guided missile there, and Leon Seeley in 9th position, who has the mighty Iggy just up the road chasing Milden. And it is Leon Seeley then. Oh, and
they went to the outside,
wow,
in the bumps.
In the bumps, on the bumps, Tropic Rot on the back of Corrado. It's all action. We did say it was going to be a fun one. Leon Seeley trying to catch up to the back of the mighty Iggy. He's just got himself past Cablo. Cablo having a bit of a nightmare at the minute. I'm not sure if he's got gravel on the tyres or dodgy tyres, but he's really struggling to keep it on the track at the moment. Not so for Leon. It's now actually Art Corner, sorry. It is Art Corner. Of course, it's Art that he's chasing after. We saw Art have that mistake, made that mistake on it.
Oh, there's a crash.
That's UDB.
That's UDB and Rogue.
Yep. That's UDB and Rogue is losing time. I think he's trying to give the position back. Or he's carrying a whole lot of damage, but that is SOP patient. I mean, SOP cool, because he's been patient in the Mercedes. He's avoided trouble. Eddie as well now finds himself up in 3rd. Rogue now in 4th. We've got the mighty Iggy up to 6th position. It's all playing into the hands of 2 drivers at the moment. One of them is the mighty Iggy. The other one, Car Mentalist. He's the leader in the top 4. 4 points separating them, and there's 4 seconds separating him from Cool. We have heard from the legend himself. Mr. Chromedix tells us that the Mercedes is one of the fastest cars around here. We'll now find one chasing down a championship position. This, at the moment, though, it is APX Rogue trying to get himself back on the podium. Almost qualified. They're just picked to the post by Mix 64, who's had to start from the pits. He's actually got his way past Blue Mosquito. So, yeah, he could be on for some monster hunt. Will he get bonus comeback points if he started from the pits? Milding sneaking up on the board. Holy smoke, it's all kicking off. Amen to that, Dexter. It really is. Milding More than sneaking on the road. Yeah, there's no sneaking about it in that Hubba Bubba coloured Bentley. Look at the size and colour of that thing. There's no sneaking there, Dex. You and I will have to talk about your definition of sneaking, but Rogue is trying to sneak one past Eddie, though. He's carefully hiding right behind him, and literally right behind him. Milden is making moves. The mighty Iggy is doing what he needs to hold on to the championship. Can he hang on to the pressure? Yuri B down in 7th. Art Connor now being pressured. Oof. Leon Seeley making his way back. Oh, and that is a whole lot of Art Connor issues.
Off in the wall.
Yeah, what's going on there? Is there some kind of magnet on that part of the track that we don't know about? Moving swiftly on.
I think it's the end of games for. Oh, the McLaren is out. It was going out in the gravel, I think, and Eddie has been overtaken by Rogue, and I think the other Bentley is getting the overtake done on Eddie. And speaking about Bentleys, I think the major problem for them is staying away from the curbs, because if they hit the curbs with too much violence, the Bentley has a big problem getting some tire punctures when you hit the car too much, like in this case. If they get a tire puncture so early in the race, they have to pit it in the pits, and even after they have to stay clear of the huge bumps in the track, because otherwise they get a puncture, and a puncture means a loss of pressure, and a loss of pressure means a loss of time, and you don't want a difference in your setup or in the behavior on the car in the middle of the race, especially when it's about tires. So I think the Bentley drivers are going to get an hard time, especially in the last bits of the race. Not the most precise one will get a huge advantage over the less precise one. Not seen from the drive, I think Milden is going to get Eddie, maybe not on pace, but surely on tire degradation, or better about the tire that aren't haven't a puncture. And also the Mercedes of Cool, I think he's starting to gain on Car Mentalist.
Well
but
spotted.
What makes the Mercedes great here is not the speed, but it's the fact that you can jump the curbs and gain a lot of time. And I wonder when Cole will use this advantage to get himself closer to the leader.
Oh yeah, we're just watching.
Side
Nope.
by side.
Sorry,
No.
yeah, we've just missed an overtake there. That's actually Mix who's made it through. Nice plast floam. I'm really struggling tonight, people. I do apologise. It would appear my mouth isn't working properly. I'm going to go and grab myself an extra drink of water in a second. But Mix 64 started in 17th from the pits. He's already up to 12th. I think this was planned. He knows he needs comeback points to help him win the championship.
I mean, it's a tactic.
It's a tactic. It's a bold tactic. It is a bold tactic, but it is certainly a tactic to gain extra points. He's on for comeback.
Oh, Corrado already in the pits.
Yeah, early doors, an hour and 4 to go. Is that a brave move or a very, very race IQ 200 move, Chromodix? Yeah, which one? I'm stumped.
Honestly, I don't even think he has the fuel to get to the end, because the Ferrari uses a lot of fuel, not like the Mercedes, but surely not like the Bentley, in terms of how little fuel is used.
Yeah.
So it's really early, and the reasons for the pits are three basically. Damages, he got a puncture, or he really wants to get free of any other opponent as soon as possible. But even then, I'm not sure why pitting so early. It's way too early for me, but that's maybe he has another strategy in mind.
Yeah, Yeah, there must be another strategy. Any ideas in the chat? It does seem like a brave one ending getting in the pits this early. Yuri B trying to fight as we do. We do love the camera angle there. We do love the close-up of the petrol tank going through those last two left-handers. I'm glad we've just got another camera we can use now, actually. Remember back in the day when you couldn't use that one. Yuri B, though, he's trying to get his way past the man trying to win himself a championship. Yuri is going to have to consider himself out of the hunt at the moment. It's going to take an unbelievably unlikely set of events now for Yuri.
So they're going inside, trying to get inside, and Iggy makes the life easy because effectively Iggy is on a championship on his own, and he has the advantage, maybe just enough, because Eddie's 4th, Iggy's 7th. Probably yes.
Yeah, indeed. I love your new microphone. You can actually hear your chair creaking, Chromodix. That's just how intelligent it sounds.
Shut up.
No, it's all good. I tell you what it's great by commentating with Kane. You sometimes hear his daughter's spoon hit the bottom of her bowl when she's sitting eating her cereal because it's first thing in the morning. She's getting ready for school. So yeah, there we go. I love all that. It's just, yeah, mate, it brings authenticity to it. It's like, yeah, we are actually real people, not just cyber voices in the middle of no place. But there is a race going on. Enough of my audio fixation. They won't even hear it at home because of the game volume, mate, so I wouldn't worry about that. I've just thrown you under the bus for no reason. Car Mentalist, we did mention that SOP Cool was catching up. He's 3.6 seconds behind. Well, Car Mentalist has also decided to throw Chromodix under the bus. He stretched that gap by another 6/10. So he's not messing about. Up at the front, he has got a second championship to win. And right under the radar as well, Chromodix, Blue Mosquito has come into the pits to take his pit stop. Is that team strategy to help Milden get up the field?
Oh, I mean, if they get lapped enough, quickly enough, they can effectively try to stop not too much, but even 2 seconds, I think, are enough to at least get, in this case, Milden in touch with Rogue, with Cole, and not like getting out of the way of the fastest driver, but not really completely like, yeah, I let you pass with some difficulties. So it can also be a way to try to give his teammate as many points as possible by trying to distract better than obstruct the fastest drivers. But it could also be the fact that he's on a Bentley, so maybe he got a flat tire. I'm not sure about this one. Oof. Mm-hmm. No, on a battery you have to be very alert, especially on the acque minerali, because that's the main spot where you get, even there, where Tropic has experienced the bumps. And yeah, eventually when there is a rapid up and down in the curves, it really takes the hit. So the acque minerali and the part that we have just passed, I think it's going to be the crucial points for the Bentley drivers to avoid.
Yeah, I think so. And can we all just get some thumbs ups in the chat for hearing an actual Italian pronounce that previous corner? Go and give me that one more at Acqua Minerale, bud, because I just absolutely...
Oh, you said it right now.
Yeah, Acqua Minerale. See? I'm getting there. I'm going to have to commentate more with you. I need to learn Italian. That's what we need to do. Mix64, he doesn't really learn how to do anything really. He started from the pits. He's been promoted to 11th by virtue of the fact that Blue Mosquito has come into the pits. He snuck that one under the radar, but he is in a Bentley. He's got a big petrol tank. Mix is in a Lexus. He's just made another overtake. This is going to be an easy one for whoever it is that does the comeback points at the end of the race. Just give Mix one now. He's up 7 positions, as you do in the first 18 minutes of a race that you started from the pits. He's just doing a car medalist. Yuri B is looking to get himself past Eddie. Eddie's looking to get himself a championship. He knows he needs the mighty Iggy to finish in 5th for him to have a chance. Or to have a chance, he needs to get himself as high up the grid as possible. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's got Yuri B, though, who is a championship contender. Or it's hard to say he still is a championship contender because his car mentalist is out at the front and his car mentalist is leading the championship. No disrespect whatsoever to Yuri B. Absolutely one of my all-time favourite drivers on console for sure. But it's car mentalist. He just does what champions do. You know what I mean? He's returning championship and he's going to be in this comedy box tonight. I'm telling you now. Yeah, he is some driver. He's some driver. But we're watching Yuri B trying to get his way past Eddie. Eddie's got a championship to fight for. He needs as many points as he can. So does Yuri B. And I tell you, we're going to see a straight up fight here because Yuri's got the exit speed on pretty much most of the corners here. As we can see, it's going to be side by side. And we're going to get an actual battle on track for the top of the bottom split. Ooh, hold your brakes. That's it. Keep it. Oh, well held, well held. Eddie. Giving us commentators a bit of a heart attack. But it is now Mr. Christian Romano. A battle for the top of one of the tables. And it is going to be the mighty Iggy versus Eddie. Now, these two, as we know, they are top of Group C. It is the mighty Iggy who leads the way by 10 points, so Eddie definitely needs more than one place between them. Who do we think is going to handle the pressure here better? Over the season, I mean, Iggy has been, his pit strategies have been on point, his race IQ has been pretty phenomenal, but Eddie, he's second in the championship, and he's there for a reason as well, so who's Chromedic's money on here, getting this one done on track? Do you think mighty Iggy will force the issue and go for the on-track manoeuvre, knowing that he only needs to finish one place behind Eddie, or does he just sit there behind Eddie, apply some pressure, and hope he can force a mistake out of him?
No, I just think that Iggy is going to chilling behind him because he knows, well, he can see that he is just in front of him, and risking anything is just a risk that you don't want to take for any reason unless specifically written in your notes, like in this case Yuri B. And I just think that Iggy is going to stay in the back, get a relatively quiet race, mostly because he's already he's alpha champion already. He has a good advantage. You just need to deliver the result, and you don't have to risk anything in particular. The real problem could be about the second place, but even then Leon Seed is behind Iggy, who is behind Eddie. So right now the championship 3 stays the same, so as it stands it's more of a race on his own. Compared to the Group X, where Carmentalist and Cole are actually fighting for the championship, but even then the real opponent for Carmentalist is Milden, who is in 4th position. So actually everything is going the best way possible for the leaders, but there is still an hour to go. Honestly, it's Imola, so if you take a bump maybe too much closer to the edges, you can risk to get yourself on the other way around. There is a pit to do. Maybe people are going to risk and not changing tires, which is also possible, but it's something that maybe the Ferrari driver won't do, maybe the Audi driver and the Mercedes one will do. So it's also that I'm quite undecided whether or not you should or shouldn't change tires. Maybe if I'm behind in terms of position, like in Yuri B or Milden, considering this is the championship, I will probably going half fuel and not changing tires and try to risk everything. But even then, I have nothing to lose, just to win. It's not like our mentalist. Oh, Milden made the overtake on Rug.
What? Oh, Milden made over to... Oh, so
now
he
Milden
has?
is in third position.
Wow.
I wonder if Rogue made a mistake because he lost 1.2 seconds in a sector. And yeah, I think the only one that will go on a normal strategy is going to be Car Mentalist, because even a point is too much to lose for him. While the others just have Car Mentalist in front, so risk the move at this point.
Yeah, I wonder if he's changed that. Oh, I'm listening to the wrong thing. There we go. Don't like my voice.
But yeah.
No.
Basically, another round of heavy driver.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one between quite a few of them, especially come the end. And like you say, that some of them taking tyres, some of them 31-degree track temperature. We know the console guys don't have the new tyre model that the PC drivers do. Good luck with that one, Chromedix. But yeah, potentially. Now, this is what I find fascinating about you. You just threw that off like it was a... Oh, is he going to go up the inside? Tell you what, Tropic on Leon Seeley, Ferrari on Porsche. Nope. Backs out of it in the chicane. You were saying the Ferrari might not change tyres, but the Audi and the Mercedes might. Is that specific?
No, the other way around.
Oh, the other way around?
Yeah, because the Ferrari has some more tire degradation than the Audi, but the Mercedes here is very good, and also the Bentley. Well, the Bentley just is, I think, the one that wears the tire and fuel the least. So actually, that's why I say that stopping just for fuel is possible when you're fighting for the championship and not counting the race result, because now the race result is literally nothing for half of them. So just try. The worst thing possible is losing some places, but in the championship you just want to win. You don't want to be the second or you want the win. Yeah,
let's face it. Although in saying that, I was going to say no one remembers second place, but Milden, don't you worry, bud. You and Bruno, second and third, season 1. I definitely remember. That was some fight you gave Car Mentalist all the way to the end. Sorry, I'm looking at timing boards and reading notes and doing a million things at once. And it looks like he's definitely trying his best this season again, making a charge up into third place. He's gotten himself past Rogue, and they've just gotten themselves past Corrado, who pitted early doors, so that's a lapping situation there. Tropic still trying to get his way past Leon Seeley. Rogue, Milden, Cool, 5.1. So there we go. Car Mentalist really hammering home that, even 1 point is too many for him to lose. He wants everything, and he's going to take himself another championship. You heard it here first. 15 minutes to go. One pit stop to take for 14 of our 16 drivers. Blue Mosquito will be fun to see where he slots back in, because he is quite quick. He is pretty quick. So that'll be a good to see when he comes back in. I'm still watching this Tropic Rock Leon Seeley battle. They are the closest to on track. Cool and Car Mentalist are trading lap times. Oh, Cool really going after those curves. That is full Mercedes aerodynamics and weight distribution. That's absolute finest. That's what that is. But running down the order, like I say, still Tropic trying to get his way past Leon Seeley. There's a lot of time to be spending in the slipstream. Corrado still in 16th, Blue Mosquitoes in 15th, having taken that pit stop as I mentioned. Then it's Jason in the McLaren in 14th. We have a Giggle Mike in the Aston Martin. Only one Aston Martin. Change times. Flying From got it first time. He's in 12th. Ooh. Again with the sausage curves, sends the back of the Porsche all kind of sideways, making life difficult for himself, trying to catch up to Cablo, who we've seen running just outside the Mayo in the mustard on a couple of occasions. There is another one just there. So both drivers are making mistakes here. Mix is up into 10th after starting in 17th, and he's only 2.9 seconds behind Tropic. In fact, there you go. You can see them just in front. This is only going to be aiding him. In fact, Tropic's got the move done on Leon. Didn't even register that in my brain that the cars had changed places, but the timing boards have just confirmed The Tropic has got himself past Leon, so he is in 8th. Leon now 9th. And Mick 64. He's on a charge.
The Porsche is not over.
No,
The
it's
Porsche
not
driver,
over.
the Porsche driver doesn't want the battle to be over, because this is the sector where the Porsche is faster and the Ferrari is slower because of the Porsche's attitude to get on the turns faster. But he needs to get him before the back straight, and I think now it's possible because Tropic is trying to cut the inside, maybe not too far, but the Porsche trying to. No, Leon Chili. Oh, Tropic on the bumps. Maybe giving a possibility to Leon Chili. Not sure, but surely one is going to party about it. It's going to be mixed because he can get a double overtake on it.
Yeah, you can. It's all heating up here in the middle of the pack. 8th, 9th and 10th. They're all going for it. No one ducks into the pits. 47 minutes left of the race to go. We've already seen 2 drivers coming to take those mandatory pit stops. So we can certainly see they can definitely get enough fuel and decent tyre wear. And it is Mix 64 in the slipstream up the inside into the first chicane. Don't know why the blue flag's waving. That's just nonsense. Mix 64 making it look very easy. The Porsche riding the curves on the right and again on the left, keeping it nice and tight again. Leon Seeley, just like his teammate Yuri B, knows how to get that exit speed. Coming into the second chicane. Leon's still very close there. He could definitely hang on to the shirty tailies. It's a Scottish one for you. Of the car in front. Get himself... Tropic's had a horror show. Coming in Death Zone Bend. He's had an absolute nightmare in that Ferrari, and Mix 64 is going to pop up. No, he's not. He had a look. He thought about it there, Chromodix, didn't he?
Yeah, he was... from the perspective, it seems like he was going to send it, but I think he just wanted to let him know that he's there. And he's going to get him, even before the chicane, maybe. The Ferrari has great acceleration, but the Lexus has better tires. Trying to get into the inside, faking it. Not really. Still sticking behind. And it's going to try in the back straight. Probably.
Oh, potentially though, we've got Leon Seeley sniffing about as well. So these 3 can't get themselves any separation at all, and it's just a bit of a piggy in the middle at the moment. Can't believe that word escaped me. Piggy in the middle at the moment. They're taking turns at being said piggy in aforementioned middle, and it's Leon Seeley that's got the best view of the battle at the moment as they come to finish lap number 17. 45 minutes left to go, 14 pit stops still to take. How many of those will include tyres? We wonder. We won't have long to find out. A lot of the drivers will just go for the old 50-50 split and see where it brings them back out. Going to see potentially a couple of drivers running long distance in this one. We might even see Mix of the...
will be quite Tropic. In all of these, I'm quite surprised because they are fighting. No, the blue flag are because there's Corrado in front, that's why.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that myself. Why is there a blue flag waving? This is a battle for position. These stewards have been flown in from the motorcycling or something, because they definitely
I thought it was Iggy in front of them. That's why I was like...
really confused. Because again, that would be a battle for position. There is Iggy there in the foreground. There is Corrado coming in the foreground. There is Tropic coming in to the final chicane of the lap. The Lexus tucked in behind. There's no Leon Seeley under his rear spoiler as there was on the last lap, and it's Mix 64 in the slipstream. He's going to come down the hill with the blue flags waving. There's going to be a 3 wide along the start finish straight. Mix goes left and right. Tropic runs a bit wide in the middle of the corner. Leon Seeley absolutely nails that one in the background. Then Tropic Rod's giving away a lot of slipstream, but so is Corrado. So Tropic's got slipstream. So it's double slipstream for Mix to all follow Corrado. There's Leon following along as well. Unsurprisingly, Ferrari, Lexus. And in the background is a Porsche. Turn 1's going to be a fun one. It's going to be the Lexus up the inside. Has a look back on the brakes. Tucks back into line. Leon again. Gets a marvellous entrance into the corner. More exit speed there. Corrado gets himself out the way. Oh, and Leon actually kicked him a bit of dust. Corrado pops back in. He's going to give Leon a bit of slipstream. Mixing not quite able to get past Tropic as yet.
Oh, Leon Chile has cut completely the chicane.
Oofed.
There's a way to pass the Beckmacher.
I did. Oh, he's moved over. Rogue's trying to get back past Yuri B. Sorry, Yuri B's actually got back past Rogue. Wow. Here's me writing off Yuri B from the start. I'm sorry, Yuri. He's never going to speak to me again. I'm sorry, Yuri. You're the greatest. He's got himself past Rogue, so we thought Rogue was wondering if Rogue could get himself back on the podium, but it's Yuri B who wants that podium position. 4.2 seconds he is behind Milden. He's got 11 seconds to Cool and 5.9 to champion-elect Mr. Car Mentalist. Flying From has come into the pits in his Porsche Mix 64. He's still trying to get past Tropic with Leon Seeley. Cablo. Oh, that's the other Ferrari. Let's look at some petrol tanks. Ooh, Lexus.
Oh, Yuri B.
Of course. Oh, Yuri B in the pits. Yuri B
oh,
in the
Tropic!
pits.
Tropic on the gravel!
Oh, he is. Oh, and he's coming to the pits. He has decided to come in the pits. That, I'm thinking, was an enforced stop there after that trip into the gravel. So that's Yuri, Tropic, and Flying From. And Yuri, oh, okay, I thought he was on his way. I was going to say, like, that's a no-tire stop. But he's actually just coming to a stop. Car Mentalist 5.7 seconds up the road, so that gap is closed by 2/10. The gap to Milden increased by a second. 4.8 to Rogue. Yuri, of course, did have that overtake done. So we'll need to wait and see where he comes back out. Tropic as well.
No, Yuri B is changing tires.
Yeah, they all are. With 41 minutes to go, can't say I blame him. It's a healthy stint to be doing on the one set.
Flying From pit is oddly long because he is still in the pits. And I think he has technical issues because the thing that we saw before wasn't intentional, of course. And Flying From is actually still in the pits, so probably he's trying to resolve the problem he has. And I hope it's not a non-recovery one because Yuri B is out. Trop is going to be out soon, so Flying From with technical issues and maybe Cool in the pits. So Cool trying to get a cover into Yuri B tactic.
Indeed he is. Oh, right, so where is Yuri B? Let's get some heli cam. I know the guys prefer the closer cam when they're watching back, but this, it does afford us the chance to see exactly where the drivers are. So Cool is in the pits. Yuri definitely took tyres. He was in there for quite a while. He is still ahead of Tropic. Cool dropping down the order. That's Leon Seeley going past the pits. Car Mentalist now 19 seconds. He's got back to Milden with Cool coming in to take that pit stop. Cool still stationary. Cablo's coming across the pit line. That's the final chicane for. Oh, you having a giggle? He nearly did there. Yuri B. Oh, he's a bit too keen. Come on, Yuri. Let's behave now. Let's not be picking up no penalties because Cool. Wow. He's moving already. He didn't take tyres, did he? No, he didn't.
Honestly, I should see the gap between Yuri B and Cool, but I think it was about 20 seconds.
Of course, yeah, of course. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Tropic. No, who was it he just overtaken?
Rogue?
Oh, yeah, of course, Rogue. Sorry. Yeah. Get myself all a bit excited there. But Cool is back out on track. You having a giggle, mate, is between them, so we'll not get a proper look at the time between them for a few seconds. Good evening, Simon. Congratulations. Winner, chicken dinner. Nicely done, sir. Corrado finds himself making his way past Jason. That is for points in their respective divisions. Jason is 14th. So Corrado will take that position. Oh, is he an extra lap down? We'll find out when he crosses the Yeah, no, there we go. That was for position. Flying from still in the pits. That's a while he's been in there. Carmelis has got himself a 20-second gap to Milden. Obviously, we're waiting on him to come in the pits to see where he stacks up against Cool. Cool's got himself a decent bit of clear track, so he really can't get the head down. I hope I'm on the grid this week. I don't know, Simon. My shifts are up in the air again. But yeah, enough of that. It's Carmelis leading the way here. T Milden's in second at the moment. Rogue's back on the podium in third. Eddie still making hard work of it a bit, although he's up in fourth. He's ahead of the mighty Iggy, which is where he needs to be. Iggy only needs to finish fifth in class to win his division. He's currently third, with Eddie, needing Iggy to finish fifth, and Eddie gets himself a comeback point. That would give him the championship. Oh, we didn't have long to wait. Chromedix, I nearly called you Carmetalist again. I'm going to get you two so mixed up. But the man I've just mentioned, he's come into the pits.
By the way, I think, I'm not completely sure, but I think Fuel didn't change the tires, but just put fuel. Because going back in the stream, the gap between Cool and UDB was about 12 seconds. Now it's 25. So there is definitely some differences in time.
Yeah, there is. To tell you what, there is Milden and Eddie coming into the pits as well. So Mix is now in third after starting in the pits. So yeah, that's quite the charge. We'll see how long he goes. Because he started from the pits, he won't have done the warm-up lap, the formation lap. So he will have a bit more petrol, so he can actually go a long sideways. The mighty Iggy in the Honda. He did say in his pre-race interview that the Honda was a handful. I think using the politically correct term there. And he's certainly shown a bit of Tokyo Drift sideways motion there. Vin Diesel would be proud. Certainly not the type of thing you want to be seeing on a racetrack, though, making his life hard for himself. The Honda making his life hard for him. And Mix 64 looking to take another position. So yeah, I think he's going to get both comeback points all to himself, because he's absolutely cleaned out the whole place.
Ooh. Okay, Carmentalist and Eddie didn't change the tire, Milden did.
Ooh.
So... No, wait. Yeah. Okay, so QL effectively has...
gained 14
Okay, Carmentalist
seconds.
and QL and Eddie didn't change the tire, that's for sure. Milden, probably not, but I'm not completely sure. But before, the gap between Carmentalist and Milden was 20 seconds, so if it again 20 seconds, that's it. And URB is actually 12 seconds behind Milden, so I think URB is the only one that changed the tires as it stands. Rogue now in the pits.
And to be fair, he is the only one of those drivers that you've mentioned that's driving a Ferrari, and you did say the Ferrari had. He's not just net second, mate, he is second. Yeah, he is definitely... Oh, you're having a giggle, mate. He's certainly not going to be. Extra trip into the pits. Mix has got his way past Iggy. He's in the lead of the race. It doesn't matter if it's the pit phase. I don't care. Let's give Mix 64. He's getting driver of the day for me for that one. There we go. Rogue in the pits. Cablo in fifth. Race and championship leader. Carmentalist is in sixth. We've got SOP Cool in seventh position. That is, of course, second. We're going to have to see. Ooh, Rogue in and out the pits.
Yeah, not even Rogue.
That is a quick one. Eddie's through. Oh, Milden's through. Wow. Yuri B's going to give him a bit of a run, though. Close between these two. Wow. He has been released. He's going to cross the black and white line, and there is Yuri B. He's going to go flying right past him in the black and white Ferrari. Into turn one, lap 23. Yuri B finds himself with another position at hand. Jason, flying from, looks like a retirement. He's been in there quite a while, unless he's getting his car fully valeted. I'm not sure just how much weight that would actually save. Jason's in 15, still got his pit to take. Cablo, Leon Seeley, the mighty Iggy. who needs to finish 5th in his split to win his championship. He's currently in 3rd. And of course, Mix 64 leading the way. Wondering when he's going to come back out when he comes out the pits. Tell you, that's going to be close. Let's have a look at Rogue. He is applying some pressure to Yuri B with 32 minutes to go. Message deleted by a moderator. Ooh. Merck is great at Imola, to be fair. Dexter, yeah, we've decided just to call him Eggy. He seems to like it. I'm sure he enjoys it. Nice to see Sean near the front. Which one? Oh, Sean, is that cool? He lives 23 miles down the road from me. I don't even know his first name. But yeah, SOP cool. He's in second. 6.7 seconds is the gap to a race leader car mentalist. That is cool. Right, okay, yeah. Cool. Hey, see what I did there? Never mind. Moving swiftly on. Jason's still in 14th in the Mac. I got himself some comeback points last week. It's going to need quite the drive to get some this week. And setting the McLaren not particularly suited. Although, I know, yeah, the Mac should be actually not bad. Mix 64. So really it's all just down to the next phase of pit stops to see where Eggy and Mix 64 find themselves. Leon Seeley still trying to close in on the mighty Eggy. Cablo still in 4th. He's been running stop go cleared. Mix has come into the pits. Anticipation no more. Let us see where Carmentalist. He must be well in his like. Oh yeah, he's coming through the last chicane now.
Yeah, let's Mix put 1 liter tactic, which is also possible because he started from the pit. Carmentalist just have to deliver the result and he will be the champion of the series.
Yes, he will. Cool's just coming into the last chicane as well. Eddie a bit down the road. Wow, is Mix going to be ahead of Eddie? Milden as well. He was in 3rd. Now finds himself net 4th. Cablo's coming to the pits then. Only 3 drivers left to take that pit stop. Mix is still stationary. Milden coming past the pit entrance then. Mix is moving, but Milden is definitely going to be ahead. Yuri B is just coming round the last corner. So, I think Yuri B is going to get 2 for 2. 2 laps, he's going to overtake cars in the first corner. Now, I've just come out of the pits. In fact, he's not even going to get into the red line. That's Cablo. There's Mix 64 there. APX Rogue has made it through as well. Oh. Cablo. That's a stop goal. It's an extra trip to the penalty box. And that is certainly not going to do him any favours after a decent length first stint. Let's see if there are any changes here. So Mix back out in 9th. That is still an unbelievable drive from Mix. Started in 17th. He's only got 3.5 seconds up the road to Rogue, and he's already got the move done on Rogue pre-pit stop. Can he get another one done again? What do you reckon, your Chromodix? What sort of finishing position do you think Mix is aiming for here?
Probably top 5, because there is 10 seconds gap between DDB and Milden, and then there is 1 second. Okay. By the way, there is quite some gap between Eddie and Curl, so the only thing possible for Mix is to get into P5, but even then it's a very huge task to ask for. And already getting into top into UDB will be an astonishing result for him. And I actually feel quite bad for him because he was starting so good, in a very good position, battling for a possible win of the entire championship, and for unknown reason he couldn't even fight. And in 75 minutes you can't get back to a fighting position starting from the pit. Usually 6 hours at least. So yeah, it's just unfortunate for him, and I think the only person right now that could fight car mentalist is car mentalist himself, because he's the only one that can make a mistake and throw the entire championship in the bin. And oh, Milden nearly throwing his championship in the bin. Okay, trying to overtake Eddie, but still survived the drifting. Now getting into the last turns, but Eddie's going to let him pass. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. I wonder if we made a mistake because it was very odd. There's a bit of shaking. Okay, and now Milden is in 5th position, I guess. With Eddie, which I think is on all tires, so trying to get a strategy working. And his next predator is actually UDB, so not an easy one for the yellow Bentley.
There we go, sorry, a couple of audio issues creeped up once again, but I think I'm back, hopefully, fingers crossed. I love audio, I love it. It definitely makes it all worthwhile. But let's have a look. We're just seeing Milden there making some overtakes. Iggy's still leading the way. He's just come past the pits. So is Leon Seeley about to? Is he going to come in? Nope, he's staying out as well. Those two going for long stints. Carmentalist then, race leader, SOP Cool second. Milden is third. He's just got past Eddie UDB on his way. So he is in 5th place. Why was that so difficult? Rogue is in 8th overall at the moment. Is he going to make places back on Iggy and Leon Seeley? He was ahead of them before he came into the pits. Mix 64 is looking very close. He is hunting down Rogue. He's half the difference since my audio disappeared, which was about a lap and a half ago. So he is definitely on a bit of a charge, to say the least. Phenomenal drive. I'm sure, as I heard Chromedix alluding to make his way this far up the field with such a short time elapsed in the race is pretty impressive stuff, especially considering it's Mercedes and Bentleys that he's put into the sword, and it's going to be an Audi very, very soon. Rogue, of course, is trying to get himself ahead of the mighty Iggy and Eddie if he's got any hope of winning his championship. He qualified in 4th. He was only just pipped to the post by Mix 64. So these two showing pretty identical pace in qualifying. Who is that going to favour as we come into the closing stages of the race? Why is that not changed? There we go. Now the mouse isn't working. Fabulous. We're coming into Death Zone Bend up the left-hander. Mix 64 gets a much better apex there. But Rogue, with the Audi power in a straight line, off he pops. This downhill section here. This Chromedix, easily, this has got to be one of the most difficult corner complexes on the entire planet. Getting this downhill, uphill section here. Oh, and look how close they've just got. But that corner complex, that, I mean, wow. That was some thinking behind that thing.
Yeah, the entire section from Piratella to Acque Minerali is an astonishing section that you have to balance both braking and throttle in the same moment to balance the car perfectly. Because if you brake too much, you basically your rear just doesn't follow you. The rear continues to go straight, and the front keeps on the apex, so you probably can end up like Honor, who's planning that section. And the braking is very difficult because you have to use a lot the rear, but not too much, and also you have to keep very much stability. Oh, Lexus trying to get into the inside of the Audi. Wrong. Oh, there's a bit of a contact. More than a contact, and it mixes out. Mixing the gravel.
Wow, mix in the gravel there. That one's going to go to the steward's office. Ooh, Tropic. Code Brown clean up on aisle 2. Mix 64 comes undone in turn 1. And that is the Lexus. Got a lot of work to do now. He's got to re-overtake Tropic in that Ferrari. Steward's office for someone. Let's have a look up at the front. No, Mighty Iggy still lapping away. So is Leon Seeley. They've both decided to stay out again. More laps they're going to be putting in. The Honda handful leading the way at the moment. Leon Seeley in the Porsche. Then it is Carmentalist, who is not too far behind Leon actually. There's Corrado just ahead. He's only 15 seconds behind Leon. Leon could still be looking to come back out. Well, I'll tell you what, he could be giving Mix 64 a headache now that Mix has had that incident. Rogue involved in the incident as well. A bit of contact with the two of them. And he finds himself now in 8th. So he'll be feeling the pressure from Leon and Iggy when they come out of the pits. Given that incident, Jason still to take his Cablo is going to try and go around the outside. He's going to pop one up the inside into the first chicane. Hey, Gaza man, how you doing? Good evening, welcome. How are you? How's your day been? Ooh, and he's in the slipstream again. Cablo trying to get past Jason still. Jason, of course, got the comeback point, as I mentioned last week. Doesn't look like he's going to get one this week. McLaren not faring so well. The Bentleys definitely are. Ooh, heavy on the brakes. Am I going up the inside? Nope. That's Eddie in the foreground. That's actually Yuri B in the background. So he's going to... wow. That's going to be a fun one. That is Yuri B, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, almost sneezed. It is indeed Gaza. It is Imola. Absolutely. Oh, that's too keen on the mouse there. Last week's results. Well, there we go. Cabo getting right out of the way there for Yuri. Yeah, maybe not the best idea to pop the brakes on the driving line, but gets out of the way nonetheless. Jason is going to do so too, very quickly and efficiently. And let Yuri B crack on. He's got 5 seconds to make up. He's got 20 minutes to do so. The track temperature is fading as well. 21 degrees it's down to. Loves on the F1. You know what? I've never actually driven this in an F1 car. I should probably get the F1 game and give it a blast. I've heard the new one. Well, yeah. Actually, Gazaman, give me your thoughts, mate. Which Formula 1, for someone who hasn't played any of the Formula 1 games, which one is a good one? Just go straight for the newest one, or is there one of the older versions that holds a bit of a sweet spot for steering or whatever? Or yeah, what would you recommend, bud? Give me your recommendations. Mix 64 recommendation: overtaking turn 1. Let's pop this round the outside. Makes his presence well and truly known, and he's going to take the second apex. Second time of asking. He doesn't get the overtake done, but does get
inside. The outside. Yeah, Tropic made a great defense in turn 1 and 2 in the complex. Trying to stick in the outside. And oh, Tropic on the gravel! MX trying to get the overtake on the outside and slams the door in front of him and gets a bit of a long shot. But yet he gets the position down on him and it's 9th position for him. But it's still 8th second behind Rogue, who is the one that he made contact with in the last event of the one he made in turn 1. The overtake nearly done, but with some contacts with the Audi.
Yes, indeed. But he does get the overtake done this time. Sorry, I was reading the chat there from Gaza, man. All the new ones are very buggy. Ah, right. Yeah, I'd love to drive a Formula 1 car. I might have to bust out Gran Turismo and start racing the Super Formulas or Lewis Hamilton's car again. Actually, Gaza, man, there's a question. What is that like? You race a lot of Formula 1 cars. Sorry, Formula 1 fans, ACC fans. It is the final. There is championships up for grabs. But how good of representation would you say Gran Turismo's Lewis Hamilton F1 car is? Or is there a game out there that's got F1 cars that's a decent representation? There we go. Yeah, basically an interview, guys. You want to in the box? Oh, they're still going out at Cablo and Jason. After UDB making his way through. Ooh!
Oh, there is a contact!
Yes, there is. Bit of a silly one as well. I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure why. Yeah, because Jason's still got to pit, so I would just let Cablo go, if I'm honest. Seems like a lot of hard work defending when you've still got to pop yourself into the pits. Ooh, Cablo. He is going to be suffering from major tyre degradation. Yep. Let's see if there's any change up at the front with the leaders. And you've actually just missed that. I was hoping to catch him just as he crossed the pit line, but I was talking about the pit exit rather than the pit entrance, so they're out for another lap. Got 17 minutes to go, 33 laps in the bag. Car Mentalist has closed the gap on Leon Seeley by 5 seconds. He's now only 10 seconds off of Leon, who still has to take his pit, of course. Cool, 8 seconds adrift to Car Mentalist. So Car Mentalist steadily stretching that gap out a bit. We've got Milden, Eddie, 5th and 6th. UDB currently in 7th, trying to catch up to Eddie. 3.4 is the gap there. That's going to be a grandstand finish. There is Jason. That is Tropic Rock just going through in 10th. He's 1.8 off the back of Mix, who's got 7 seconds. So he's going to need to get his finger out if he's going to catch back up to Rogue. Okay, too much grip. Right, GT's version of an F1 car's right. Okay. Oh yeah, iRacing. You need deep pockets for that game. I'm not sure I can afford to look at it. That thing's ridiculous. What, you had 20 quid a car on that thing? It's insane. Oh, let's see. Boom. So, Iggy needs to finish 5th to win his championship. 5th or better, even 6th, I'm sure, with a comeback point. He's still in with a mathematical possibility, and he's certainly going for a long stint here. The track temperature has only dropped by 2 degrees, so it isn't going to make a monumental difference. Ooh, UDB. He has massively closed that gap on Eddie then. Massively closed the gap.
Yeah, remember that Eddie is actually on a no change tire strategy, while I think Uribe and Rogue are on a change tire strategy. Probably not Car Mentalist, Q and Milden, not sure, but considering I don't really know how much time did they take, it's possible that maybe only Eddie was the one that tried to get the gamble on changing nothing and put just fuel, but I think that's certain Eddie is going to probably not so soon, but he has to defend very hard against the UDB's Ferrari, especially on the straight. Although the Bentley is very good, but the Ferrari is just better. And UDB is also a bit nervous because he actually lost the positions due to a contact with the Audi's, with Rogue's Audi, and I think he will try the best possible to gain as many positions as possible. Although he knows that the championship is basically over at this point of the race. But as I said, the Car Mentalist can still take a wide to no. The yellow Bentley on a bit wide on the Variante Alta, and Eddie lost the position on the Ferrari just before the Acqua Minerali, and they're going to get onto the Ferrari chicane in sorry, the Piratella, not the Variante Alta, and they're going to get into the Variante Alta with this with the Ferrari in front of the Bentley.
awesome. You know the only problem with co-commentating with you, Chromodix? I just want to sit back and put my feet up and listen. But yeah, Yuri B getting the job done there. These names in Italian, absolute masterclass, people. Get writing notes. Eddie loses himself a position. Yuri B is still on the charge. He's 6th at the moment, but of course Iggy and Leon were outside the top 10 when they came into pits. Yuri was comfortably inside the top 5. We'll see tyre changes. At this stage as well, Chromodix, with 12 minutes left to go, you're not... I mean, are we going to see Iggy and Leon change tyres?
No.
No.
Of course not.
No, it's absolutely not. I mean, you'd have to, the tyres would have to be absolutely flat-spotted for them to even
not
that.
The main problem is that the track was a bit hot in the initial stages, but now is a bit colder. But it was in the right window to get perfect tire temperature.
Right, okay.
The real question is if the 20-second gap Iggy made is enough to get at least the podium. Because the win is a bit difficult. Because 20 seconds... I think you have like 25 seconds just to do the pit lane.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I have to check.
Yeah, I don't have the Imola timing either. There's been some changes, I think. But that one isn't on my little graph of times. I'm going to need to see if I can actually find confirmation of that. It's easy enough to get the Formula 1 times from back in the day, but not so much for the GT3s. But it is someplace around that mark because it is not a long pit lane. That is for absolutely sure. Certainly not compared to some of the other tracks out there, especially considering the length of lap as well. Usually the longer the lap, the longer the pit lane, but not quite so here. Rogue now looking to make Eddie's day. Just that little bit less pleasant. The Audi is definitely closing, and considering the qualifying pace between the two of them, you would have to be, it'd be hard pushed to bet against Rogue. That is for sure. Eddie's in 7th at the moment, but Rogue, there's Jason just come out the pits. Or sorry, that was close. That was close, I think. Oh, and I tell you, he's had a wiggle, the Audi. Like you were saying, Chrome, the Audi's a great car until it tries to kill you. And when it does, it does. And that's pretty much the end of it.
Yeah, the Audi is like a bull. And you have to be prepared to anything.
Yeah.
Although this man apparently knows how to handle the Audi, because Carmenteris is actually 9 seconds ahead of Kuhl. And 3 seconds behind of Leon Seely and 18 behind Iggy. So actually Iggy's best performance is... Well, actually Iggy can get in the podium because Kuhl and Milden have a 21-second gap, and I'm pretty sure that it don't take 40 seconds to get the pit lane. Maybe 25 to 30 at maximum, but I think Iggy can make another podium out of nowhere.
Wow. Imagine he does. Although, yeah, see, this is what Iggy does. I've been warned about this. He'll set like slow practice laps and then absolutely nail it in the chat. He's saying he would, the Honda's not the best car around here and things like that. But well, he's certainly making a mockery of his own interview at the minute, as Chromodix has astutely pointed out. He is actually on the hunt for a podium at the minute, given the gap. Carmentalist is going to get himself past Leon. Although they are... No, they're not. They're just into the middle of the lap, actually. Sorry. I was wondering if they're just at the end there. Leon probably is going to have to come into pits soon. Well, not probably have to. He does. He's got to come in within the next 7 minutes to make sure that he's got time to get it done. It'll be interesting to see if he chooses now. With the race leader right behind him. And where is he going to come back out? Is he going to come back out with teammate Yuri B? Well, that is definitely a possibility. The calculators are going to be working furiously. Oh, and Mighty Iggy has come into the pits.
I think Iggy's going to be the calculator for Leon Seely, because unless Leon Seely pits now, which is doing it, so okay, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's Carmentalist coming through. SOP cool. That is the pit entrance. And here comes Milden. So, Milden, coming down into the last corner now. Leon's still rolling, so is Iggy. Iggy's moving again. And there is Milden coming past the pit entrance. Lap number 38. And who's that that's just gone through? Right, Cool's through. Leon Seeley's in the pits. Leon Seeley's moving. Milden. Iggy. Oh, I tell you what. What a drive by Iggy. And
Just
Leon's. Yeah, you know, he's behind Milden. He is behind Milden, but still, he's 4th overall. That's not bad considering how far down he qualified. Mix has gotten himself past Leon, so has Rogue. So Leon has come back out in 10th. We've got Tropic and Blue Mosquito. Blue Mosquito with that very, very, very early pit. He finds himself currently in 11th. Oh, Mix! That's not what you wanted to do. He was lining up to overtake on Eddie there. Looked like he was going to get himself up in the 6th. He's still got 7 minutes to do it. He's definitely got the pace, but he's now got an extra bit of gravel on his time.
Wait, why are UDB is behind them? Or is that Corrado?
Corrado.
UDB? Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's Corrado.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're all good. You're all good. Yuri B is in 57.4 seconds behind the mighty Iggy. We are going to have one very, very, very excitable young Honda driver in the comedy box after this one. He is absolutely flying. You know what, Dex? I remembered that 3 times during the week at work and meant to message you, but my phone screen's cracked and I can't use Discord. It's really difficult. But yeah, you're right. We did forget to nominate a driver of the day last week. Yeah, I'm not suffering because of my 12-hour shift. You are. It's fine. No, it's all again. But yeah, no, we'll definitely get driver of the day nominated. I've already nominated mine. I did it for you guys. Dex the legend. Yeah, I'm nominating Mix. What a charge from the back. There you go. Mine is done. Nice and easy. Car Mentalist, 9 seconds. Is the gap he has got to SOP Cool. And that is more than enough to see him take home consecutive championships here at One Hub. Not too bad. Mix has got himself caught back up to Eddie. Is he going to make it stick this time? Into the chicane, up the inside. Takes the second apex. Job done. Alexis with a Bentley in his rear view mirror. That is Mix up to 6. Mix up to 6. From 17th. Only 11 places he's made up. Not too bad. Flying Frozen.
Maybe he can get even UDB with his pace, and it would just be astonishing as a performance overall, because he also started from the pit. He has been involved in an incident, which I still think it was a bit of a bold move from him, because I think he lost the car because the rear was very sloppy in that moment, and he made contact with the Audi, and then he just gained back the time and even more, and now I think he's trying to get even the position on UDB, which is very, very, very difficult considering that it's just 4 minutes and some seconds to go. But he's on a mission, that's for sure.
Oh yes, he really, really, really is. Phenomenal drive. Like you say, he potentially does have the pace to catch up to the back of UDB, which would be pretty impressive if he did. Let's get some helicam on the go. The bask in the Audi glory. He's even driving a new car this season. He only literally started testing it a couple of days before the season started. And he has guided the Audi to several podiums and a second title. SOP Cool in second. Great drive. Well deserved as well. And that is going to help him secure second place in the championship, I believe. Yes, it will. Oh no, sorry, that's Mix. Sorry, SOP Cool is down in 6th. That's right. Sorry, he's not. That's going to do him well anyway. But yeah, he's down in 6th. I was getting confused. Yeah, he certainly has been deserving of better results this season. That's why I was expecting him to be up the top of the table. Yeah, he's had a few unfortunates this season. And yeah, not quite in the position he should is perhaps deserving of. But definitely deserving to get himself onto the podium here tonight. Great drive so far. And it looks like Rogue isn't done piling the pressure onto Eddie. 3 minutes left to go. Quick rundown. Jason, 15th. You having a giggle, mate? Just being lapped by Milden. Cablo's in 13th. Corrado's in 12th. Goes in tight. Blue Mosquito.
Sorry for the cough. Yeah.
There we go. Blue Mosquito's 11th. Tropic Rock is 10th. We've got Leon Seeley in 9th. APX Rogue in 8th. Eddie is in 7th. Mix 64. Currently in 6th position. Yuri B's in 5th. The Mighty Iggy up into 4th. Unbelievable drive again. ERT Milden in 3rd. SOP Cool in 2nd. 10.5 seconds down the road to the absolute legit legend that is Car Mentalist. Unbelievable drive. Floppy Fox, go Rogue in. Oh, Fox, I seen you earlier, by the way. Sorry, I didn't acknowledge any of your. Sorry, bud. Can't stay long, but glad I can join. See you in the next series. Hurrah! Definitely. And yes, Simon, definitely. America's Great Imola. Oh yeah, didn't miss anyone else. Excellent. 1 minute 42.3 is his quickest lap. There's 1 minute 42 on the climb. Will he go for a victory lap, or will he jam on the brakes and cross the line when the timer runs out? It's either going to be 43 or 44 laps. APX Rogue is still trying to get past Eddie.
I really think Iggy wants more, but he's gaining, but not enough. He has gained a bit, like 2-3 times a lap, but he started from 4 and something, but the time is going down quickly. And if he had 10 more minutes, he could have had a chance for battle, but I think he can be happy with his 4th position, considering the Audi getting in the gravel. Considering that he started in P8, I think it's quite a good race for the Honda driver.
Yeah, definitely. And still looking to take positions. I'm just keeping a close eye on Car Mentalist. Yeah, still keeping an eye on Car Mentalist, sorry. Messages, connotations, permutation.
Oh, Mixer 1.3. He gained the 4 seconds in just a sector. I think Yuri made a mistake. A huge mistake, because Mix is very close to Yuri. What is happening?
Wow, he is. And I tell you what, look at Rogue on Eddie. Bentley on Audi. Oh yeah, it's getting close. Thought it was in a concert. Thought it was 4 to 6, but 6 to 8.
Oh, it's a bit low.
Oh, the leader finished the race. Oh, sorry.
No.
I thought you had another lap. Car Mentalist has won the race and the championship, so massive congratulations to him. Let's see if the rest of the battles are going to bring us any changes in position. And APX Rogue is looking for a last
the Audi on the
lap
Bentley,
to
the Audi on the Bentley on the Variante Alta, trying to get it inside and made the perfect move. Just at the final lap.
Absolutely stunning move there by Rogue. There we go. That's what you get to see on the last lap. That's why we sometimes miss the leaders crossing the line. Mix 64. Look how close he got to Yuri B. That is quite the fright for Yuri B at the end. But he is going to take the checker flag. It's SOP Cool who gets himself 2nd position. ERT Milden on the podium with a 3rd. The Mighty Iggy. Unbelievable, Jeff. Gets himself up to 4th. What a drive that was. Yuri B takes 5th, Mix 64, up to 6th position from 17th. All hail the Lexus. Here is APX Rogue in the Audi. Another phenomenal drive there. Bentley. Eddie in the Bentley in 8th. That was easy for me to see. Leon Seeley got himself 9th position. Tropic takes 10th. Blue Mosquito 11th. Corrado takes 12th place with Cablo in 13th. You have a Gigomite in 14th. Jason in 15th place, and flying from retired to the pits a few laps down. Art Connor disconnected, unfortunately, before the pit stop started. Getting rogue, yes, well done, says Floppy Fox. Indeed. That was an incredible race. My voice is wrecked. I absolutely love it. Driver of the day. I'm going to get that one done now before I get myself into proper trouble. It's going to have to be Mix 64. And straight up going to have to ask him, did you deliberately start from the pits or did you have some kind of issue? Because, yeah, qualified in 4th, started from the pits. Bit of a bizarre one. But, yeah, I'm driver of the day. And let's find out what happened there. Made up 11 places. Absolutely phenomenal drive that was. What are you saying to Mr. Romano? Who is taking Christian's hometown Grand Prix driver of the day?
Actually, I'm quite battled because I think Mix, because he started from pit lane. He nearly get up to 5. Oh, sorry.
Pick? Yeah, that's
No,
what I picked. Mix 64.
No, I didn't. I had another name. Sorry, because.
Yeah. You mean? Yeah. So who are you going for?
Okay. Rewind. Okay. Let's make my choice way easy because the other choice was Iggy.
Obviously.
Once again,
had to be.
driver of the day.
Yeah.
Because he made a nearly perfect race, nearly getting even a podium. Considering he has an Honda, already getting a top 15 is a good achievement. And considering the race length and everything, he made the choice to not to pit for tires, and actually it paid off. And my question is overall, if the Honda can get another chance in any other championship in his hands.
There we go then. Excellent. That's so the two drivers of the day then. Mix 64 made up 11 places, started from the pit lane, got himself up to 6th, and the mighty Iggy not only handled the pressure, almost got himself an overall podium. So congratulations. The chat is going wild. Yav says, I love car mentalists, best in the world. Go. It is very difficult to disagree with that. APX I thought it was enough for P3 in the championship. Oof. Timo says, Iggy goated. He certainly won his split, so tough to argue with that one. But I think, yeah, when it comes to GOAT status on ACC on console, it's pretty hard to look past car mentalist if we are being honest with ourselves. I'm sure even Iggy would agree with that one. And tell you what we'll do, let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have in the commentary box, he's just got himself another nomination for Driver of the Day. He's finished 4th overall in the race. He's finished 1st in his split for Group Z and finds himself lifting the championship and claiming the £25 prize. It is recently goated in the chat by Timo, by the way. And that's tough competition against Car Mentalist. But no, all jokes aside, congratulations, Iggy. We spoke about this last week. You did more than enough to get the job done, and you find yourself crowned the champion of Group Z here for One Hub's ACC Season 2. So congratulations, and how wide is that smile?
Very, very. I mean, obviously, winning the title is a big deal, but doing so while winning the race is a whole another special feeling. So, yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah, I'll bet you. Your pit strategies are absolutely, they're almost as impressive as the way you troll the chat by constantly playing down your chances of doing well in races. Was your strategy, you know what I'm talking about, was your strategy to run long the whole way, or was that influenced by what was going on around you?
Honestly, it's been my strategy the whole season, to be honest. I've been going with the mentality of the best way to drive around on ACC is on your own. So by staying out long, I was just trying to avoid as many traffic cars as possible. Seems like it's working out, judging by the results. I have no idea why, but it is. So yeah, it's always been the strategy to just stay out as long as possible and then pit right at the end.
Nice. Well, it worked out for you yet again. Chromedix, any questions for our Group Z champion?
Why did you choose the Honda when you first joined the championship? Because honestly, that's a choice that actually I was pretty surprised when you introduced yourself with that car. I tested it. I drove it just for fun, and I noticed that it's extremely slow compared to the Audi, and yet it gives the same sensation. So, I do the same question, basically the same question I did for the driver of the day, but a bit different. Did you feel the Honda giving you a sort of buff in terms of performance compared to the other cars, or is just something you made because of the length slash races that have been put into the championship?
Well, in all honesty, NSX is slow as shit. I'm sorry for language, but it is slow. When I was testing it, it was 7/10 slower than the Lamborghini that I'm used to. But I still decided to go with this car because it felt nice. I don't know, with other mid-engine cars, you're always on the edge when you're trying to be faster than them. With this car, it was a little bit different. It's a bit more held back. It's slightly slower, but it is nicer to drive. Plus, I've always been wanting to use this car, and the opportunity finally presented itself. Yeah, and I'm very thankful for 2 championships because I've been able to actually fight for something, even though the car isn't ideal on the grid, to be honest. But yeah.
So there we go. The Honda choice.
Well,
oh, sorry. Yes. So, and you go, Carmental. Chromedix, I keep calling you Carmentalist. Wow.
No. It was just that I never understood the real way why you thought it was a good idea, but okay. Yeah.
Well, he's won a championship.
It's one of those, it runs the decisions. You want to use as many cars as possible. It's just a shame that some of them are quite slow in comparison to others. So having the 2 splits this season really helped. So I was able to use this car even though it's not as fast as other go-to cars. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Porsche.
Yeah.
And will you be looking to make the leap to the top split next season and fight for the title there?
Hopefully. Depends on the car that I use. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I'm always up for a challenge.
Nice. And any sneak previews of what car you might use?
Ooh, I'm not sure. I've been considering still mid-engine cars, so probably something like McLaren, Audi. But we'll see.
Nice. Well, yes, indeed, we will see very soon. But yeah, once again, the mighty Iggy, congratulations. And enjoy the £25 voucher. You've got a choice of a PlayStation or an Amazon voucher. So congratulations on winning Group Z. So you've pretty much done a clean sweep as well because you've won the race, you've won the championship, you got a driver of the day nomination, and you also won the comeback points for most overtakes.
Oh yeah,
awesome. So
awesome.
You only needed to finish 5th, 6th with a comeback point. You've done a clean sweep, so absolutely magnificent performance. So well done once again, and can't wait to see you back on track defending that title next season, bud.
Thank you, and thank you guys for commentating throughout the season. You've done a great job. Thank you guys.
Thank you, bud. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cheers.
See ya.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen, the mighty Iggy. But here he is. It is the moment we have all been waiting for. Once again, everyone, to your feet, please. Raise a glass, raise a cup, clap your hands, do whatever. Returning champion. He's only gone and defended it in a new car. Once again, absolutely putting the rest of the field to the sword. Returning champion, an all-round annoyingly nice guy. It is Carmentalist. How you feeling after that one, bud?
I think you're the only person that would describe me as annoyingly nice. I think most people would leave the last bit out. Thank you. Yeah, it feels incredible. not gonna lie, after the first 2 races of the split, after the split in the championship, I was kind of down in the dumps. I didn't think it was gonna happen for me, but yeah, managed to turn it around, and yeah, loved every second of that race. It was really, really fun. So yeah, amazed I did it, but really, really happy to defend my title.
Not only did it in some style, like you say, doubt was creeping in. Even myself, I thought to myself, wow, was Carmento's got himself a proper challenge this season? The early doors, it really, really didn't go your way. Is there anything that you see in the season as the pivotal turning point? Or do you think it was just, I progressed through the season, I made the best of the results? Or do you think there was something, is there one race turned it around for you? Or is it just an accumulation of results that have led you to where you are? Because 4 points between 4 of you going into the last race, that is a close championship after 7 weeks.
Yeah, really, really close championship. Yeah, I would have said Silverstone was maybe the turning point, but I think I kind of expected to do well there. I know mid-engine cars are good at Silverstone. That's just kind of the way it is. So I kind of expected a solid result there. I think Kyalami for me was definitely the turning point. I think I went into Kyalami with not a lot of confidence. I wasn't enjoying the night races. The cooler temperatures don't suit the Audi. I was on a completely different strategy to pretty much everyone else around me. And I still managed to pull that one off with some crazy defensive driving at the start of the race. So I think Kyalami was the turning point in terms of confidence for me. So I had the confidence to know that I could win it. If it came down to it, if I had to really, really fight for it, I could win it. But yeah, it all kind of fell into my lap today, which was, I mean, it was good for me championship-wise, but it was kind of a shame because it kind of ended the championship really for most other people before it got going tonight, which was kind of a shame. I kind of thought there was going to be a good fight between me and Yuri, at least at the front. I don't know what happened to Mix, and then Milden obviously was a little bit out of position. So yeah, I would say the pivotal point for me was definitely Kyalami. I think being able to win that race when I probably shouldn't have, yeah, big confidence boost for me.
Nice. So, Chromadex, chomping at the bit, no doubt. Any questions for our returning defending champion? So many champion titles we can throw at him now.
Yeah, actually, you showed that the Audi is a viable way to win something, and it makes me very proud. And but yeah, as you said, actually, in the first 3 rounds you were nowhere, and
Yeah,
then you actually returned into the desk and started taking the pace. And although you did some, you encountered some slopes, you still managed to get the win in the championship. And today was just the cherry on the cake to put everything on sorry, to put everything all right. And yeah, great work for you for the win, and enjoy the championship.
thank you very much. Yeah, nice to win in the Audi. As much as a pain as the Audi has been this season, it's nice to win in it at least. At least it wasn't all for nothing. Yeah, now I've got to go race some Audis in other series, which is going to be fun.
Love it. Do you think you'll bring the Audi back to defend your title here?
It's hard to say because, well, for SOP I've gone back to the McLaren, which for Bathurst at least was a mistake. It's hard to say. I think my confidence as the season went on with the Audi grew. It would depend really on what the calendar is. I think I just know that I will be staying in a mid-engine car. I think I transitioned from front engine to mid-engine cars kind of last year, and I went back to try out a front engine car before this championship, and I hated it. I really, really hated it. So it will definitely be mid-engined what I drive next season. Whether it's the Audi, I don't know. It could be because I've already got a solid base, but I tried the Lamborghini out before this season and I was fairly similar pace, so it could be a Lamborghini, it could be a Ferrari. We'll wait and see. I'm trying not to pander to you too much, Raven, so I probably might not drive the Ferrari, you know. But we'll wait and see.
Oh, well, there we go. And I take it you will be back to defend, and you'll be here right now to put the rest of the field on notice that Car Mentalist will be a 3-time champion, yeah?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'll definitely be back to defend that in whatever way, shape, or form. I may or may not push for a Porsche Super Cup Championship because I would love to do that. So that would be really, really fun. I'd love to do something like that. If Dexter, if you're listening, a Porsche Cup Championship, please. Thank you very much. That would be fun to race everybody in the same car, and those cars are obviously a bit of a handful. So they're just a little bit, to say the least. So
yeah,
they're
a little bit, as much as that was a little bit of an understatement, but yeah.
yeah, just a little bit of a handful, but they're great fun to drive, and I've had good races in the past of those. So yeah, that would be fun to do that as well. But yeah, either way, I'm going to come back for it. This is, I think, my 4th Title 1 ACC now across various leagues. So hopefully come back, get a 3rd in one hub and a 5th overall. Well, hopefully a 6th once the SOP season's done as well. So yeah, excited for next season.
Indeed. Busy man. There was someone actually in the chat, Jarv, I think he might be a fan. Forza Brendan. You know what I found out the other day, Carmentalist? Thank you for the donation, by the way. I found out your name is Aidan, and I found that out because you donated to Mind UK, you legend. So thank you. But there you go. Shows how much research I actually do. I've got that many names to remember. I stick one on someone, and that's it. You are keeping it. So, but yeah, congratulations, Aidan, from Forza Brendan. Sorry. Yav. Question for Carmentalist: how does it feel being the sexiest ACC driver in the world? Might be a bit of a fun. Mix had a problem with the car, had already pressed drive, went to the PlayStation menu to accept an invite for a group chat. Apparently we can't do that on the grid because he went back to the game and found himself in the pits. I got you a driver of the day, and it didn't quite get you some comeback points, which is amazing to me. Milden got the comeback points, and so did the mighty Iggy. But that is enough of that for just now. We will let Carmentalist go and crack open the champagne, or at least break the ball over that rig. Another championship. Another championship in the bag. Sorry, I was reading the message there from Dexter. Oh, it's all going on in the background as well. I'm like a swan. Just beautiful on top and parallelly underneath. But yeah, again, Carmen, it's just, too many superlatives. I'm going to have to buy a whole thesaurus just for you. So could you please just become mediocre for a little while?
How dare you? No, never.
Thank you.
I could never do that.
Excellent.
By the way, Jav, I know Jav very well. Hi, Jav. And Forza Brendan as well. That's a name to look out for in the future, I would say. He could be one to look out for. So keep that name in your head.
Ooh, I will do. Love a little tip. Same as James Lee. He's another one to watch. But yes, enough of this. Carmenis, we will let you go and celebrate, mate. Congratulations once again. Seriously well deserved. Not the season that you had first season. You really had to tough it out. And I've said a few times in the broadcast tonight, doing what champions do, getting the wins when they need to, and getting that win at the top of the board. So yeah, massive congratulations from me, and I cannot wait to see what you go on to do in the future, bud.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thanks to you guys as well for commentating all season. I know ACC is difficult to commentate over sometimes and the races can be long, but you guys do a stellar job, as always. So congrats to you on that one as well. And if I don't, well, I'll probably speak to you guys hopefully over some SOP stuff maybe. But if I don't speak to you guys, have a lovely Christmas as well.
Oh, thank you, bud. Yes, I certainly will. I certainly hope so. Plenty of time with the family. You too, my man. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ever humble, an absolute legend in the car, but he will be back next season to win this whole championship again. You've all been put on notice. You need to up your game. Can anyone bring a challenge to the man, the myth, the legend that is Carmentalist? Thank you once again, bud.
Thanks, guys.
Here we go then. That was Carmentalist, our returning champion 2 times. What we're going to do is we're not going to do the Go and Get Stuff award. Dex will arrange that, so I will make that wheel disappear. That'll be arranged at a later date. But that is all we have time for from One Hub's ACC Season 2, and what a season it has been. I told you at the start it would all come down to the last race. 4 drivers, 4 points, and it was Carmentalist and the mighty Iggy that walked away victorious with a £25 gift voucher for PlayStation or Amazon. It's all their choice. Massive thank you to the sponsors and partners. That is, of course, Mental Health Foundation. If you do find yourself in need of any help with your mental health, please jump on their website, get in touch with them. It's good to talk. Next Level Racing, who sponsor the league, the F1 League with a DD wheel stand. We've got ERT, Dex and the gang, who sponsor the Go and Gets Tough Award. Vespertine, who sponsor the championship prizes. And, of course, Free M Sim Racing, who provide a pair of sim racing gloves. The back-to-back, Aidan Carter. I know, how could I not know that name is Aidan Carter with it being so famous in basketball as well? Thank you massively to everyone that's jumped into the chat, said hello, and basically treated yourself to some phenomenal 8 weeks of racing. You can, of course, jump on One Hub's YouTube channel and go back and watch the whole season. I'm on a 12-hour shift tomorrow at work. Guess what I'll be doing? That's right. With the sound off, obviously. I hate my own voice. Massive, massive thank you to my co-commentator extraordinaire. Absolute young genius. He would absolutely tank every one of them that's out on track, by the way. Not only that, he's at uni. He is a legend on track. He is in the young F1 Young Engineers program. Such is the level of this man's talent, and I'm sure you can tell from the commentary tonight, his knowledge on these cars in this racing is absolutely second to none, and we've been unbelievably lucky to have him. So genuinely, Chromedix, once again, absolute pleasure having you alongside me for this season, and I cannot wait till you and I jump on board and do this all again.
Thank you. And yeah, it was an extreme season, mostly because there wasn't a pause. There was constantly some action going on, and also in terms of leaderboard, no one was sure about the results of the week after. So it was a really entertaining battle in the whole 8 weeks of championship.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. But all good things must come to an end, and that is all we have time for. So thank you once again to everybody that took part. Thanks to guys in the chat. Thanks to One Hub for getting us involved. And we will see you all again in the not too distant future, I'm sure. Enjoy your sim racing. Take it easy. Stay safe. Good night.